One last time, testing. Yes, good. Okay. Hi, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Cloud Native Rejekts, NA 2024 here in Salt Lake City. I hope you enjoyed the views of the mountains on your way here or whenever you got here. I think that was the highlight of my trip, honestly, so far. Besides being here at Rejekts, of course. But yeah, I hope that turns into a great experience for all of you. I'd like to start with thanking all of you for coming. I know that in our planning efforts in the last few months or so, it just seemed like we don't really know what capacity we need to account for, if people will actually turn up for Salt Lake City or not. So it's actually quite heartwarming to see the enthusiasm around last-minute tickets and registrations and people actually making it. So thank you so much, and a huge round of applause to all of you for making it. Thank you so much. Yes. So for all things registration and code of conduct related, I do request that everyone check in at the registration desk. Do encourage folks to come, but at this point of time, we do have limited capacity in terms of how many folks we can actually accommodate that are not confirmed registrants. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But we'll try our best to accommodate everyone. And yes, I'd like to start with thanking our volunteers. And there's lots of notes of appreciation and gratitude that will follow. So bear with me. It's a lot of people that actually come together and kind of help make a community event like this possible. So I do feel like the best way to go forward with this in terms of opening remarks is to start with the thanks right at the beginning. So I'd like to start with thanking all of these volunteers who were here yesterday, a lot more of you that are here today, assigned to various duties and tasks, and to ensure that everything runs smoothly. I can't possibly do it all alone. So thank you so much for collaborating so well, for being on time, for taking the reins and for owning things and for running with it. I appreciate it more than you know, so thank you so much. I'd also like to give a strong word of thanks to the org team, to Lexi. Lexi's here, Andy, Chris, who should be around at some point. We're all the org team, and you'll see that on our badges. So if you'd like to chat about anything Rejekts, feel free to chat with all of us and tell us what you think. Thoughts, notes, feedback, anything, we're happy and open to listen to. And yeah, and with that, I'd like to start with thanking the venue, actually. Thanks to Meredith. Thank you so much and your team for accommodating us so well. When I found this venue, and I've heard so many great things about the venue so far, I'm sure you came in through the doors and at some point looking around also felt what I felt, that this is perfect for Rejekts. And the best part is you don't really have to explain why you feel it. So, so I hope that you're able to work from here, that you're able to get the best coffee. We do try and ensure that. And yeah, that you have enough time before your talks to prepare your slides and whatnot. And yeah, give yourself a pep talk every now and then. Even the toilets are amazing, I swear. So that's already an indication of how great the venue really is. I will say that we're talking about the venue, so I'd just like to talk about some of the spaces. This, of course, is the theater space. This is where plenary sessions are held, and we'll have a few talks now in the morning, and we'll eventually fan out to the other space, which is the flex space. And if you go down this hall to the left and keep following the signage, one floor down, you will be able to get to the flex space where we will have more talks, and talks happening simultaneously between the two. Yeah, and speaking of talks, speaking of sessions, you all will have your badges, and there's a QR code right behind it. That's what you can scan to access the schedule. It's the most up-to-date schedule, so I do recommend bookmarking that link just for the days of the conference at least, so you know what's on, if there are any last-minute cancellations, and to plan your time better. And yeah, important people that I'd love to also thank are the program committee. It's very critical to have a lot of reviews done for Rejekts on time, and more often than not, we write after Rejekts CFP, essentially, the reviews for that and everything happened right after KubeCon notifications have gone out and so on and so forth. So there's this very narrow timeline in between which The program committee needs to review everything and get everything in place, and I can't possibly put on a good schedule on my own without the help of these experts. I couldn't have done that on my own too, so big thanks to them, to Bridget, to James, Joseph, Laura, Natalie, and Victor. I'm sure they're around. I'm sure they're around. Natalie's not here, but a big word of appreciation to her too. She was quite invested in the idea of what our ground rules should be, and we've tried to keep it in a way that is more open, and we can kind of try and interpret it and adapt it to the kind of proposals that we do receive for rejects time and again. So yes, special thanks to her. Also special thanks to Joseph, because I know that he did review KubeCon proposals right before, so when I did reach out to him and I asked him, is it possible? Could you possibly manage this too? And he was more than happy to accommodate that. So yes, big thanks to him as well. Yeah. And big thanks to our sponsors. Believe it or not, every community event, needs money. So if some of you are here and really enjoy what you see and could potentially invest, do reach out to me, do reach out to the org team, and we can have a chat about it. We'd love to have you on board. You can see it's a rather fun, informal vibe, so yeah, you do have certain presence, but the best value that you get out of it is the conversations that you have here. And yes, as Laki said to me in the morning, we possibly get the best out of all our attendees. So yes, so this is really the best time to also kind of convene a little bit and also chat about possible collaborations in the future with me and the rest of the team at Microsoft. So speaking of Microsoft, big thank you to Microsoft for making our registrations free. It may seem like a simple thing for us to do, but believe me, when you have to justify business need and you have to justify things like why we're doing what we're doing, this is an important, one of the important things that we do also think of is a giving philosophy that we have within the company. So yeah, I'm very proud of the fact that we're able to make registration free for all our attendees, also for the foreseeable future. So yes, big thanks to Microsoft for that. Yes. And yes, some of you, actually, would someone like to venture a guess which edition of Rejekts is this? Is this the 8th? Is this the 9th? Is this the 10th? What have you? Yes? No. Thanks for trying. Any other guesses? I would have given you free drinks coupons for like the happy hour later today, but it's a given everyone's welcome to the happy hour. So yeah. Anyone else? Oh, 11 is so close. 10. Yes. There you go. It's the 10th Rejekts, and another word of appreciation to the folks who started Rejekts. I can't take complete credit for it. So to Chris School for the original concept, to Lexi for driving the initial editions, and yeah, to Andy for all his help for like strategic support and to really, really think about how we do things in a methodical way. I inherited this project from them, and I'm really proud and honored to kind of continue to run it. Yeah, so big round of thanks to them. And yeah, I think I seem to be at the end of my slides. I don't have anything else prepared, but I do want to also talk about thanking the AV team. This basically shows that you also do need an AV team in control at all times, who are able to come in and help out and do things as required. So it may seem like a seamless thing, a seamless experience, but the more seamless it is, the more work there is behind it. So to all our speakers today, and tomorrow, if some of you are speaking tomorrow, I do request that you proactively introduce yourselves to the AV team at least 15 minutes or a half hour before your talk. You can even sit here and watch the previous talk, but I do recommend doing that because that helps them get prepared with any special requirements and make sure that testing 1, 2, 3 is smooth as ever. So yes, thank you so much. Do enjoy the conference. For any questions, please do come to us at the registration, and some of us will be around. Find me, chat with me, and the rest of the org team. And yes, let's start off with Duffy and Kyle's talk. Yes. Okay, I was actually going to look for you. Thank you.